Everyone, welcome to round one here with Izzet Phoenix. All right, we're on the play. Always a good sign. Let's see what we can do. This hand's pretty awkward. You know, we have a decent hand. It's always nice to have early interaction. Finale of Promises, unreal good. Crackling Drake is good, and it's always nice to have a Phoenix here. But I think this is a mulligan just because we don't have any Chart a Course or Tormenting Voice-like effects that really would put this hand over the top. If this was Chart a Course or this was Tormenting Voice, boom, we would have a keeper. But I think this is a close mulligan. Yikes. Well, this hand is not very good either. But I think we keep this one. Let's double think this. Okay, so we have Sulphur Falls and we have 2 looks to get a land. If we do get a land, we can get Augur of Bolas, which could find us like a Tormenting Voice or something. Plus, we do have some removal to back it up. I think this is a close keep. Not great by any means. Chart a Course, unfortunately, we have to bottom. If it was land and then Chart a Course, that would be ideal, but... Alright, we'll see what we can do here. Not an ideal start, of course, but... Okay, that's a great draw. Alright, so we're going to pay 2, drop an Augur here. Alright, what are we going to find? Okay, so this is good. We do want to draw cards, and we unfortunately don't have the Arclight to discard right now, so it's not insanely good here getting Tormenting Voice, but I think it's good enough to keep. We really just want to be hitting 4 lands, start dropping Crackling Drakes, hopefully find a Kefnet if we're playing against Mono Red. Kefnet is one of the best cards against Mono Red here, one of the best creatures. But just the fact that we hit off Augur in general is always a win. I know we've all had the frustrating moments of missing off Augur of Bolas. Okay, another Crackling Drake here. Decent draw. We're going to get rid of one of our Lightning Strikes. Like I said, we want to hit 4 lands so we can go Crackling Drake. That is not what we wanted, because now we can't even shock this. Not that we necessarily need to right now, but now we just out of card draw, so we're unfortunately just going to have to live off the top of the deck to try to find these lands. Ooh, but our opponent does nothing as well. We're just going to send it right back. Well, unfortunately, we might be having a bit of a disadvantaged fight here from both ends. Okay, what do we got? If we can hit 4 lands, I have a lot of faith, but looks like our opponent is catching up before we do. I think just so we don't have to discard next turn, and maybe we find a Chart a Course so we could attack with Augur of Bolas. Just in case we don't draw a land here. We could just play a spell during our turn, of course, but okay, that's not bad at all. We're going to attack. We're going to get the beats going. Our Finale is also a great play. We don't have anything to really go with it, but we do have an instant and sorcery. So in case we want to... You know, Lightning Strike plus Shock, or Lightning Strike plus Tormenting Voice to get some extra cards. I highly doubt that's going to be our play, though. Getting a land, we're really going to want to start getting the Crackling Trains going. We're still drawing cards, plus we're really putting the pressure on. And then this is going to lead to our opponent having to deal with Crackling Drake every single turn. And if our opponent's going to insist on doing nothing here, we will be happy about that. Kindling Phoenix, huh? Strong play. We're Kindling Phoenix. We do have a bunch of lava coils, but unfortunately, we of course do not have them now. Now, we have an option between Lightning Strike and then just shocking it next turn, or Lightning Strike and then finaling next turn if we were to get that. But that's leaving us without being able to Crackling Drake next turn, and I think I would just rather do that. And then if we don't draw the land, that can be our play of next turn. Actually, we can just Lightning Strike and Shock right now. That's much better. Just get this out of the way. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that's better. You don't always have to wait till your turn. It just seems like that's what you have to do most of the time to deal with it, but we can just 2-for-1 it now. Kindling Phoenix was great against us there. That was a horrible draw. Another thing we can't cast. Ugh, that was unlucky. Well, we're just gonna have to really could punish our opponent this turn if we drew a land for Crackling Drake, but unfortunately no such luck. Saw our graveyard get highlighted, so this leads me to believe that we're gonna see a God, the name's escaping me. The 2/1 first striker that returns something. Well, we're gonna see it soon enough here. Yep, Direfleet Daredevil, that's right. Okay, so we do have Tormenting Voice, which I'm guessing they're gonna take. That's the one thing we don't want them to take. Yep, because now our finales are essentially dead. For now, because we don't have a sorcery, but still, like I said, we have this full house hand of Finale and Crackling Drakes. All we're hoping is for a land to start crackling down here. Start cracking down. Okay, gets rid of War Boss. War Boss would have been a pretty good play right there. Okay, so now we're in business. Like I said, now our Finale is only bringing back a Lightning Strike, so that's not good. So it's time to just crackle, crackle, and crackle some more. No attacks here just because the first Crackling Drake, pretty likely to die. And then we still have the Augur Bolus to play defense. We don't really win with the Augur Bolus nickel and dimes with this version of Phoenix. You really win with your 4-drops and just absurd amount of value from finales. This is another matchup where I think, yep, exactly like we said, that dying there. This is another matchup where I think that the no Electromancers is much, much, much better than playing Electromancers, because most of these red lists are obviously going to run Shock. Anything with red Electromancer is usually quite bad. That's why I've been really enjoying not playing them. And we're going to take 2 here. We're at a healthy life total. We can do a little opt-in. We can opt into an opt. And now we have a sorcery here too, so let's say they play another Rekindling Phoenix, we can kill that with Lava Coil and have 2 targets for Finale set up. So Lava Coil is actually quite the nice draw. But we're really going to be Crackling Draking until the end of time anyways, so perfect, perfect. So now all we want is a land with opt, so we can Lava Coil and Crackle. Alright, Phoenix. No play, we'll cast an opt here. We're going to bin that. We already have 2. We don't have enough sorceries to actually facilitate another Finale. Alright, well, I think we are just going to Lava Coil, Charter Course, hopefully get a land and Augur. That's going to be our sequence here. We'll get to attack, of course. Now, if we had an Arclight, we would be inclined to do this Charter Course pre-combat in case we get another spell, but with that not being the case, we'll just Charter Course to get extra value. Hit the Sulfur Falls, so now we can Augur. And my luck has been quite insane with Augur Bolus lately. Most of the time, I'm always just rearranging the bottom 3 magic cards, but lately I've been having a decision on exactly which one of the cards I... Your turn. Your turn. What was I saying? I believe I was talking about Direfleet Daredevil as quite the good magic. Yeah, I actually have been having really good luck with Augur Bolus. Obviously, it doesn't work every time, but I actually think Augur deserves the slot in here. I think it's quite good. So I think we're firmly in the driver's seat now. I think we're miles ahead in this game. The fact that we have... You know, the only thing that is kind of unfortunate is having this Lava Coil in the yard against a Direfleet Daredevil to kill Crackling Drake. That's kind of the play we don't want to see here. Angrowth, huh? So, stealing our Crackling Drakes is nowhere near as bad. I think we'll just get rid of an opt. No, I think we just win. Yeah, so if we... Yeah, this is over. Because we can just get Lightning Strike. Yeah, we didn't even need all our Crackling Drakes. Easy, easy peasy. Alright, we'll chart. Lightning Strike upstairs. Now we can chart a course again here. Just for good measure. Mostly for the extra rubbins. And now we'll go face. Face is the place. This deck's insane. This deck truly isn't Phoenix's final form until we get M20 coming out. It's really just perfect in my opinion. I've been having such success with this deck. It has problems against Narset and Baby Teferi, things that are just really tough to deal with when it comes to this deck. I mean, the static ability on both of them is great. The static ability on Little Teferi shuts down Finale of Promise, and the static ability of Narset, well, shuts down everything else. Okay, so Black-Red, we saw Rekindling Phoenix, so we definitely want this. We saw Legion Warboss, so we want to max out on the amount of removal that we can have. Not going to need Spell Pierce, not too many things that we can counter that are going to be relevant. Same with Negate. Against regular Mono Red, when we worry about Frenzy, that's a little more important. They could still have Frenzy, but I think their version is going to be a little slower. Narset's definitely not for this matchup. Legion Warboss is for Planeswalkers. Beacon Bolt is we'll think about it, and Ral is a thinker as well, but those I'm not super excited about. So then we just think what we want to get rid of here. Tormenting Voice is a card I like to trim against super aggressive decks. As well as I don't think we're going to want Beacon Bolt here. Lava Coil is truly the best removal against them, as well as the one-drop removal is quite strong. So I think we just minimally sideboard here. I don't think Raw is that good. Kefnet is excellent, absolutely excellent. I can see maybe wanting one Raw instead of one Finale, just because they can strip cards from our graveyard. But I'm not sold on this, and I don't think it's necessarily great. But one reason to not have Beacon Bolt, or Kevin Bacon Bolt as I like to call it, is the fact that they can take it with Direfleet Daredevil, and it makes it not as good with having that interaction, as well as the reason that Lava Coil gets a little worse. But okay, here's another hand that is just absolutely excellent if we had one more land. Chart a Course to automatically discard Phoenix is great, but it's just not worth the risk here. If we were on 6 and, you know, we didn't have a Lightning Strike or something, I would keep this and then hope for the top 2 cards to reward me, but this is a mulligan. This is kind of the same hand we had game 1 that ended up working out well for us. We're on the draw, which is a lot better. This would be better as a Steam Vent, but we are going to keep this because not only do we have 2 draws to draw that second land to have a removal spell or a Tormenting Voice, but we actually have the top 4 with Opt, so it'd be very unlucky if we missed our second land drop. So we'll keep this. Our opponent is down to 5, unfortunately. So we're going to bottom this. We could have another kind of a crippled Magic fight here. Not great, not great. But now, like I said, we do have another draw plus 2 more looks for Opt. Opt is just insane, I was gonna say. Our opponent has to take Opt here, I would imagine. Now that cuts down the amount of draws we have significantly. Even with this duress, though, I completely stand by the keep. I think it's 100% correct. We'll see. Yeah, I like the play by our opponent because they're likely not in the best position either with their hand. And now they definitely have an avenue to win if we don't draw lands here. But the nice thing is we do have 2 mana removal spells, so the turn we do draw it, it should be okay for us. Might be eating my words on that one. Our opponent's definitely getting the chances to catch up here. Legion Warboss would be bad. Okay, alright. That's the second best to a land. Okay, we're gonna keep that, of course. Now at least we're on to kill a Rekindling Phoenix if they have it. And if not, we can Tormenting Voice to discard probably a Finale. And then hopefully just be able to go land for the next 2 turns and drop our god, Kevin. Kevin the God. Kevin is so hard to deal with it. And when I say Kevin, I mean Kefnet, of course. And why Kevin? Who really knows? I heard it on the old internet and I thought it was funny. All right, we're going to get rid of the Finale here since we do have 2. I want to keep spot removal. Okay. And we wish we, of course, would have had that. We'll enter this tapped. Now, do we have an instant and sorcery? So now, next turn, it'll actually be kind of close. If they play a creature that Oh no, we don't have a removal in the side, or in the graveyard. If we really just want to draw lands, we may finale there, and then we could get a Rekindling Phoenix down, but I think the way it stands here, we just want to maintain, just be dealing with our opponent's board, and not trying to get too cute here. And I actually want a good instant in the yard, so I think we are going to Lightning Strike. But we can do something cute here where we discard Arclight Phoenix. But I actually think we would want to use the Tormenting Voice to discard it. So this is an interesting line, but I think we want to keep the Phoenix in our hand just to discard it to the Tormenting Voice. Kind of an odd line there, but... And I love playing God Eternal Kefnet as my first play because it's just, yeah, you kill it, it's coming back. And now we have that option here. But I think I would rather just get lands, while forcing them to deal with Arclight, and we still get to kill Goblin Chain Whirler here. This is just the power of Finale. It's just such a broken card. Being able to also get these sorceries out of our graveyard so a Direfleet Daredevil can't take them is also pretty nice right now. So we're going to get a 3-2 into play. We're going to kill a creature and draw 2 cards for the low price of 4 mana and 1 card. It's just disgusting. And now we drew that 1 overall, which is actually going to be insane here. Nice sideboarding on us, no big deal. Oh, yes. Okay, Ascent's probably like a Lava Coil. These Arclight Phoenixes usually don't live too long here. Yeah, that's okay. If they don't go... So they do have Bedevil here in the deck, so it's still... It makes Rawl not, like, the best win all, but we're still going to play it here, force them to have that, and then, you know, that's not killing our Crackling Drakes. So, force them to deal with this. We'll take the Mountain, because then Arclight Phoenix goes to the graveyard. I love that play. Rawl is very good. Rawl is mainly for Esper variants. It's really tough for them to deal with it, because they don't have... the type of removal that they had in the past that made Planeswalkers not that good against Esper colors, like Vraska's Contempt mainly. That card is pretty much extinct. And otherwise, it's pretty tough to actually deal with Rawl coming from them. Double Lightning Strike. We'll take that. A solid 3 for 1, because we did get a card, and they wasted 2 cards on it. So not too shabby. Alright, so now we got good old Kevin, number 2, obviously... Usually not too relevant here, but we are going to play it. We hit! Hooray! So we can kill so many Rekindling Phoenixes here. And Kefnet's just so good. I mean, being able to activate it during your draw step, even once, it's so insane. Cruelty. We can shuffle that back here, but we actually don't need to because we have another one. So we'll actually let that one die. We don't want to draw another Kefnet. But that's the nice thing about having 2, is you consistently will draw at least one of them. But, okay. I'm guessing they're going to put a counter on that. Now we're going to... I highly doubt they'll fall for this, but this would be nice if they did. And blocked here, we would love it. It would be bad. It would be bad on their part, but... So now the ability isn't super relevant, so I kind of want to still just play God Eternal Kefnet. And just say go, take a little damage here, and then next turn, what I'm trying to set up here, I'm trying to set up the fact that our opponent might play 1 more creature, and then I can go Lava Coil, and Lava Coil the other creature, and bring back Rekindling Phoenix. That's the play I'm hoping will happen, and if that sequence doesn't line up, I can still at least just kill it next turn, take 5 to 7 damage this turn, which isn't that big of a deal. I'm not going to block. And where I'm getting 7 is Skargan Hellkite's ability. Could rifle 2 damage to our face as well as hit us for 5 here. Not super afraid of that. I'd rather get a board presence down with Kefnet, because just think, what if we top deck Finale of Promise? The game ends. We get to cast a free Finale and cast Finale again if we wanted to. And that first Finale only costs 2, which is just disgusting. So we really want them to play a creature here. That's kind of our trap. That's kind of the trap we have set. Because this looks like a spot you'd either want to kill a creature or kill Kevin. And if you kill Kefnet, no big deal. We just shuffled it back in this time. We draw it in a couple turns. Okay. Our wildest dreams have come true. All right. Reveal island. Decline. So, now we're going to do the whole triple spell thing. We may get a little punished. You know, I'm actually rethinking this. We may get a little punished if they play Rekindling Phoenix, though. And we don't care about this card. And having an extra Arclight isn't that big of a deal. So I'm actually going to change my mind here. If this was a more relevant creature, I would like this play, but we're just going to go Crackling Drake. It's fine. The Hellkite is the main thing we had to get off the board. Now we're forcing them to deal with this, or they're just dead. And that's 3 random draws. Just random, you know? But I'm kind of sensing... Okay. Guessing taking the Lava Coil. It all depends on their hand, but... No, I think they really have to have, like... Okay. Well, we did correctly keep the Lava Coil, but it just kind of didn't matter. Oh, yeah. So this is insane. It's actually game now. So we reveal this. We get to Lightning Strike for free for 1 mana to put this bird on the ground. That was just insane. Anything off Kefnet is just busted. Alright, so we get to go like this. No, thank you. Yep, that's game. That's the power of Kefnet here, everybody. Against red-based decks, Kefnet is an all-star because there's no clean removal. There's no clean removal for gods really anywhere, but the 5 toughness against red truly shines here. Stay tuned for our second round.